Um, it's a difficult question because the city is a different organism. I mean, with a building to affect the city is not so easy. Even if there are some nice buildings coming up by some good architects, local ones as well as international ones, it's within the city scope they get evaporated. I mean, the urban fabric is something different than having some nice buildings. So I think it's more the problem of a city culture, how to request for a place of coming together, place of gathering, place to demonstrate, place to rest, place to make love, place to walk, place to stroll around, place to eat, place to visit. These are important places, communal places, that's for everyone in a city. Then buildings for education, buildings for institutions, buildings for museums or whatever, then these are the other things. And then grows residential areas, then some offices and stuff. But they all relate to each other. So there are some nicer architectural projects, but urban fabric of Istanbul is too difficult to say, okay, this is happening like this or like that, because Istanbul is a polycentric city. There is not one city center. You cannot call an Altstadt or the old city center. There are many different centers at the same time active, affecting the city dramatically. So it's architecturally to affect the city is not so easy. But there are new effects, new architects coming into the city doing things, and they become a nice example for other works, so others try to follow it. Yes, this is happening. And there's an urban transformation project on Istanbul with a giant project and it's a giant budget behind it, and they're putting it into implementation. It will take years, but it's also to prevent the earthquake problematics into the structural resilience of the buildings. That side is working a little bit better, I think. But in an urban scale, I think is a bigger question to understand the city as a whole and to plan the city in its communal areas and the private areas and the relationship between the two. Therefore, it's a bit bigger project than architecture. Coming back to the first question, architecture-wise, it's growing. There are nice buildings made. They are nice. It's coming step by step. Of course, it's different from London. It's different from New York. It's different, very different from Paris. It's very, very different. But there are some things which are nice happening, some things which I hate, which I think it shouldn't be like it. But it is as it is. It's a different structure, I think. There are many architects which are having good buildings. Some of them are hospitals, some of them are universities, Emre Aralat is one of the good architects. He's done shopping malls as well. He's done a mosque, which is amazingly modern, avant-garde, even you could call. It's under the earth with just a stone thing coming out. It's completely concrete. It's amazing. And Aydan Volkan and Selim Cengic, creative architecture. They made Piri Reis University. It's a great university. It's very nice work. There are many different architects doing good work. Ersan Gürsel, he's done many good works. He's planned the whole South Peninsula, a city, to keep the antique city and to use it together with the new city growing into it. It was a great plan. It was not fully implemented anyhow. It's not easy to count. There are many, many names, local architects, good architects coming up. I don't want to miss one or the other, but there are. I wouldn't say in the global perspective, star architects working in Istanbul yet. Zaha is making a project in Kartal, the whole region, it didn't work. Calatrava was planning a bridge, it didn't work. Frank Gehry was about to make a museum for Koch Group and it didn't work. I'm a little bit happy for that one. So but you never know. And I don't think it's that we need.